Everybody else, please pay attention because any one of you could be asked to continue reading. We are doing the last chapter in geography and it is human environment, transport and communication. Let me give you a quick brush up of what we have started last Monday. We had done the first section where they have introduced how transport and communication have brought the world closer to each other, have brought the people of the world closer to each other. Globalization has further shrunk the world as well. And in the first section of this chapter, we are doing the importance of different varieties of transportation. First, we had discussed the most common and the easily accessible mode of transport, and that is through the roadways. Now let us today begin with railways. Railways is from page number 56. It is one of the very important and vastly spread network of railway tracks on which the trains run. There could be a different varieties of railways. For example, the metro rail or the local trains or the normally running carrier trains or people carrier train. So let's find out how railways serve an important means of transport. All those whose mics are turned on, I request you to put it off, and everybody else, please look into your book so that we can continue it properly. Yes, Aliza.
Invention of steam engine by James Watt and the Industrial Revolution revolutionized the transport system. It gave birth to railways. Railways from the fastest and cheapest linkage on land. They are the best means for carrying bulky goods and a large number of people over long distances in less time. They are also cheap and efficient in industrial regions. Railways serve as the main channel for collection of raw materials and distribution of finished products. With the progress of science and technology, diesel and electronic locomotive as well as electrification of the railway tracks made railways super fast. They may be broad gauge or meter gauge depending on the landscape, flat terrain and huge population density together with high level of agricultural and industrial development have led to high concentration of railway network in the plains. Cities like Mumbai and Kolkata have frequent local train services connecting the city with the suburbs. The
Suburb.
prairies the prairies of US and pampas of South America have well-developed railway networks for transport of agricultural and dairy products, mainly to the ports. In cities like London, Paris, Delhi, and Kolkata, we have underground or elevated railways called the metro running within the city.
Stop. Stop. So when we are talking about railways, railways is one of the very important sources of transport. They carry goods as well as people in a very large number. Now it is not possible to go everywhere on road because longer be the distance, more comfort you require. So for this purpose, the invention of railways have served the purpose. The first ever steam engine was made by James Watt. You can underline the name, it is written in the first line. James Watt invented the steam engine which ran on the fuel called coal. When coal burned, it produced energy. The energy got converted water into steam, and this is how the steam engine ran. But it was a very expensive and a slow mode. Later on, the electronic and the electric railways also got into existence. The electricity wires were connected to the railway engines and so that the trains could move easily and more faster. There are certain cities in India even like Mumbai and Kolkata that have the local trains, and nowadays cities like Lucknow, Delhi, Chennai, Jaipur and now even Mumbai, they do have the metro rail service. So all these electric and electronic, the difference between electric means they run on electricity and electronic, they are electronically controlled or computer controlled railways, and they provide a quick and fast means of communication. Not only this that they connect one city to another, but if two countries are related, interconnected through land, railways become an easier means to even get transported from one country even to another country. For example, there is a rail network from Lucknow, from India to Pakistan also. And we all know that these two countries are interconnected through the railways network. Now, the prairies of USA and the pampas of South America. We know these names, the prairies, the pampas, veld, the savanna, all these are the grasslands. And they provide a huge amount of dairy products and other eatables which are to be transported to the other parts of the country. In USA itself, and therefore the train network provides a great means of transportation into these countries where the pampas and the prairies are there. The cities like London, Paris, Delhi, and Kolkata, they have metro. Now we have mentioned not only these cities, but there are certain more cities in India also which have the metro system. So this is how we see that railways serve a very great means of transportation when we want to transfer goods and people from one place to another. There are certain interesting facts as well. Isha, please read out the green box, the interesting facts about railways. Let us find it out.
I'm not having the book.
Why are you not having the book? Make sure when you sit in the class, you do have a book. Aditya, do you have a book?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please read out the interesting facts about the trains.
Interesting facts. Fastest train. The bullet train of Japan called Nozomi. The TGV or the train a grain
A
white
grenade with tail.
sea of France. Speed 300 kilometer an hour in regular service in the longest train journey without changing the train at any point. Moscow to
Okay.
Vladis
Vladivostok. Vladivostok in Russia. It
Vladivostok
is in Russia.
on the
Hmm.
Trans-Siberian Railways, a distance of nearly 9,300 kilometers. It takes 8 days to complete the journey.
Okay, so here are some interesting and longest running railway tracks which are operating across the world. Now, one thing I forgot to tell you, on the basis of place available, what Aliza just read, the trains can be broad gauged or meter gauged. I hope everybody knows that the term badi line of the train and choti line of the train, right? So they can be broad gauge or meter gauge. Those trains which are running on the broad gauge, they are a little broader. They have those side lowers and side upper seats. But those trains which are running on a meter gauge, they are a little less in size. They don't have those side lower and side upper berths. So those are broad gauged and meter gauged railway tracks. So थोड़ी सी narrow होती हैं वो trains जो meter gauge पे run करती हैं और वो जो broad gauge पे run करती हैं those are a little bit broader or wider. Anyways, yes, Zaina, do you have a book? I'm waiting for you to respond. Okay,
Excuse me,
Aditya.
ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Hmm. I'm listening. Please speak.
Ma'am, I have a book because of some connection problem. I left for a time and I joined
Never
recently
mind.
only.
If you have a book, please read out from page number 57, left side, first paragraph. Modern technology.
I'm 57. Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
M-
Hmm.
Modern technology has enabled building of tunnels and bridges through hilly and mountainous regions. This has enabled development of railways in hilly areas. Example: the Konkan railways in the Western Ghats, trans-montane railways in Europe across the Pyrenees,
Pyrenees.
the Alps,
Across the
and the
Pyrenees.
Pyrenees,
Carpathians.
the
Carpathians.
Alps, and the
And the Carpathians in the
Carpathians,
Trans-Andean Railway in South
and
America.
trans- America. The densest railway networks exist in the urbanized and industrial areas of Western Europe and East Central USA. India ranks fourth in the world and first in Asia in the density of railway network.
Stop. Please underline the term India ranks fourth in the world's densest railway network. However, they have told you how it crosses the mountain areas by creating a tunnel in the mountains, how it crosses the plains by spreading the railway tracks across. So it is very convenient and easy for railway tracks to be spread on the plains, whereas it is a little difficult if the railway tracks are to be spread across the mountains. How many of you have ever traveled through a toy train? If you have visited places like Shimla, Masuri, or Uti, especially, there are toy trains. If you have ever traveled, so when we travel through a toy train, okay, fine. So if you have ever traveled through it, you must have observed how difficult it had been for the tracks to be made on the rail, or the railway tracks to be spread on the mountains. Why? Because it has so many twists and turns into it. And also, if you have to cross a mountain, if you have to go across a mountain, you have to create a tunnel inside a mountain. So when we travel across a hilly region, it is difficult, a little difficult for a railway track to be spread. However, if we are traveling on plains, अगर हम plain land पर travel कर रहे हैं, it becomes easy and convenient to spread the railway tracks and to travel through them. Now let us discuss some of the very important and longest railway tracks across the world. Parth, do you have a book?
Yes, ma'am.
I am waiting for you. Okay. Begin reading from some transcontinental railways that connects west to east of the countries are as follows. From one continent to another continent. Let's see what all railway tracks connect each other.
Okay, ma'am. Some transcontinental railways that connect west to east coast of countries are as follows. First, the Trans-Siberian Railway, the world's longest railway line, connects St. Petersburg in European Russia to Vladivostok on the east coast of Asian Russia.
Okay, please underline the name, the Trans-Siberian Railway. What does it connect? St. Petersburg to Vladivostok. The Trans-Siberian Railway, St. Petersburg to Vladivostok. Next one.
The Union Pacific Railway in USA passes through the heart of USA, that is from New York in the east to San Francisco in the west.
Now the Union Pacific Railway, underline the name, the Union Pacific Railway, it connects from one part of USA to another part of USA. That is from New York to San Francisco. It is almost similar to having places from East India to West India connected together. So the Union Pacific Railway, which connects San Francisco and New York. The third one.
The Canadian Pacific Railway connects Vancouver on the Pacific coast to the Halifax on the Atlantic coast.
Now again, there is a next one that is South America, I see. The Canadian Pacific Railway. The Canadian Pacific Railway connects Vancouver to Halifax. Underline the names, Vancouver to Halifax. Both are the Canadian places. Next one.
The Trans-Andean Railway connects Valparaiso in Chile on the Pacific coast, Chile, on the Pacific coast to Buenos Aires in Argentina on the Atlantic coast.
Okay, the next one is the Trans-Andean Railway. Trans-Andean means across the Andes mountain. Andes is a mountain range. Trans-Andes means Andes mountain के इस end से लेके उस end तक. From outside end to the other end. So Trans-Andean Railway, it connects Valparaiso in Chile. Chile is a country on the Pacific coast to Buenos Aires, which is in Argentina. So underline the name, Valparaiso to Buenos Aires. Valparaiso to Buenos Aires. And what connects? The Trans-Andean Railway System. The last one.
The Trans-Australian Railway runs between Perth and Sydney.
Perth and Sydney are two very common and important places in Australia, and the Trans-Australian Railway connects Perth to Sydney. Read out the next portion. In Africa.
In Africa, railways were mainly developed by the colonial powers to exploit its resources, but dense forests and deserts have restricted their development.
Now we all know till the 19th century, till very recent, Africa was not known to the rest of the world. Why? Because the forests were so dense and dark that it became very difficult for people to penetrate through these forests. The forests were so thick that it was very difficult for people to go through these forests. And that is why the African railway network was not very well developed. This is what they want to say. Apart from that, we have covered almost all the continents. We see a good transport system is there in USA, in Europe, in Asia, of course, in Australia also. But it is not there in Antarctica as much and in Africa as much. All right. So I think this much is clear to all of you. If there is anything that you want to ask from railways, or if you want to add to this information, you can please ask your queries. Otherwise, we will begin with waterways. Maheshwari, do you have a book?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Please be ready to read out from waterways. Since we have time, we will take up the other topic. Any query, children?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All right. Can you tell me what is broad gauge and meter gauge and what is the difference between the two? Anyone? Asher? Aliza?
Ma'am, please repeat the question.
The question is the difference between broad gauge and meter gauge. Gauge, gauge.
Gauge, ma'am, the trains have side and lower upper berths, and in that meter gauge one, in that one train, these trains that do not have these types of berths.
Huh.
These
So
lines.
it is one kind of like you see in India, it is one kind of broad gauge or meter gauge का जो India में difference होता है, it is this only. However, अगर broad gauge और meter gauge around the world use होती हैं, so वो अपने हिसाब से उसके size में उसकी width जो है उसमें difference करते हैं. So broad gauge is a little broader train and meter gauge is a little narrower train. Fine. Now, can you tell me the bullet train in Japan? What do we call it? What do we call the bullet train in Japan?
Ma'am,
Nozomi.
Ma'am.
Nozomi. Called the Nozomi. Okay, fine. Can you tell me the longest railway line in the world?
Trans-Siberian Railway.
Ma'am,
Very good.
Trans-Siberian.
Which two places does it connect?
St. Petersburg to Vladivostok.
And Vladivostok in the Asian Russia.
Okay, so Russia is spread to some parts of Europe while some parts of Asia. Russia इतना big है कि वो थोड़ा सा Europe में भी है और थोड़ा सा Asia में भी है. So this railway line called Trans-Siberian Railway, it connects the European part of Russia to the Asian parts of Russia. Means it connects two different continents, Europe to Asia. And what do we call this region where Europe and Asia are connected through land? If you remember, I have told you in class 6.
Eurasia.
Europe and Asia are called as?
Eurasia.
Very good. It is called as Eurasia. Fine. Now I'm clear that people do remember what I have taught them. Very good, children. Now please put your mics on mute. Maheshwari, please read out from waterways.
Did you
I'm waiting for you to begin. We are not getting your sounds. I'm sorry.
Did you ever imagine how man spread his habitation throughout the world? How did the New World, America and Australia, come into existence? Right from the prehistoric time, man has been crossing water bodies. The oldest canoe, a dugout pine log found in the Netherlands, is thought to be 8,000 years old. In history, you must have learned how people from Europe went and colonized Americas and Australia on board huge ships that took them across oceans and seas. Though slow, water transport is the cheapest mode of transport. Bulky materials in the huge quantities can be transported through water bodies. They are the cheapest because very little cost is involved in the building of transport networks. They occur naturally as rivers, lakes, seas, oceans. The natural highway for the transportation
Stop.
waterways are then
Stop. Now, the next kind of transportation that we are about to listen is transport of water or the waterways. We know since the beginning of man's life, since the beginning of existence, human beings have always used water to cross places. In order to cross a river, they need to make use of a log of wood. Log of wood, I hope you know, the stem area of a tree. They used to make it hollow so that it becomes lighter and it floats on water. In this way, this gave the concept of boat or ships. People travel across the oceans and seas to explore new continents. We know how was India discovered. Vasco da Gama, while exploring the other country, ultimately reached India. Or when Columbus discovered America, he went out on a voyage. What is a voyage? It is a water journey, a journey through an ocean. And he landed up discovering America, the continent. So we see that people have crossed continents, they have crossed oceans, rivers, and they not continents, sorry, oceans, seas, rivers in order to explore new places. And these are done with the help of waterways. However, waterways are a little slow means of transport because there is a certain speed with which you can travel on water, but it is very cost effective because it causes very less fuel. You can move and sail in direction of flow of water and you will reach your destination. So although it is a little slower, but it is very efficient to transport cargo or goods from one continent to another continent. If something is imported to India, it is obvious that it will be transported from America or Australia through water only. So in order to transport goods from one country to another country, we make use of waterways on a large basis. Waterways are categorized into inland waterways and ocean or sea routes. Inland waterways means, if you remember the term backwaters, if you've studied the case history of Kerala and Ladakh in the last year, you must have remembered there is inland waterways, that is the backwater system in Kerala or South India. So we see the inland waterways is transporting people or goods through boats and water transportation within the country. And when we say oceans and sea routes, we are making use of transporting goods from one country to another country. We shall discuss this in detail on the next on. Let us mark a few exercises now. Please put a tick here and please put today's date. It is 9th. Please put today's date so that you know till here you have done. Children, let us mark down some exercises. Have you marked A or B?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
So let us begin with page number 62, multiple choice questions. Page number 62, multiple choice questions. In which of the following regions can you find a dense network of railways? Come on. In the prairies of USA. Very good. Very good. Better keep your mics off, I will tell you. Okay, fine. The prairies of USA. Next. Which of the following transport system will you use to send exotic fruits and flowers? Exotic, something which is expensive and perishable. We make use of airways. We will make use of airways. People are leaving the class when we are marking the answers. This is not accepted. Kindly stay connected to mark the answers. Question number 3. Which mode of transport will you use to reach Andaman and Nicobar? Come on.
Ship. Ship.
Ship.
Ship.
Ship.
We will make use of
Ma'am,
ships.
waterways.
Waterways. Ship. Okay. Question number 4. Which of the following is the most modern means of connection, transport? Come on, tell me, what are we using right now? There is a spelling mistake in the book.
Internet.
Okay, kindly correct it, because I think in my book it is properly written. If you think there is a spelling mistake, please tell us so that the whole class should rectify it.
Ma'am, in question number 2A, it is written roadways.
So that is of no use to you. Make it roadways, WAYS. Never mind. Okay, question number 4. It is internet, the use of internet. Question number 5. Which of the following modes is fuel efficient? Waterways, I told you just now. Waterways is fuel efficient. Let us mark the fill in the blanks now. Check out the spellings from the blue box and mark it down in the blank. Please write this in the blank. Do not mark the answers. A good and well knit transport. First one is transport. Kindly not unmute your mics. Do not unmute your mics, please. It is transport. It is very simple. I know you know it. Question number 2. In Andes Mountain in South America, llamas are used to carry load. Llama, a hairy mixed breed of a taller sheep kind of an animal is a llama. White color hair, llama. It is used to carry load. Question number 3. Dash are the easiest and most common means of transport for short distances. We have studied this. It is roadways. Roadways. Question number 4. Please be very careful in marking this. The Trans-Siberian. First blank. There are 3 blanks in question number 4. First blank is Trans-Siberian Railways. The world's longest railway line connects St. Petersburg. The second blank is St. Petersburg in Europe, European Russia to Vladivostok. Vladivostok on the east coast of Asian Russia. Vladivostok. So the first blank is Trans-Siberian, second blank is St. Petersburg, and third blank is Vladivostok. Fifth answer, helicopters are used for fast service. Helicopters. Okay, true and false. Television is a means of mass communication. True. True. Second one, the cave dwellings are examples of permanent settlements. No, this is false. Second one is false. Third one, pipelines are suitable for transporting liquids. True. Fourth one, telephone is the most modern means of communication. No, it is false. Question number 5. We find a dense network of railways in USA. True. So second and fourth is false. Rest are true. Exercise D, question number 1. You have to do exercise D in the copy. And please make sure that you do it today. Give the name of the 6-lane super express highway. Write the name. The name of a 6-lane super express highway in India is. In India is the Golden Quadrilateral. The Golden Quadrilateral. The Golden QUADRILATERAL. Golden Quadrilateral. Question number 2. Who invented the steam engine? Write the answer. James Watt. W-A-T-T. James. James. W-A-T-T. James Watt invented the steam engine. Question number 3. Name the important inland waterways of India. Turn to page number 57. Turn to page number 57. The important inland waterways of India. The Ganga Brahmaputra river system in our country is a well-used inland waterway which carry bulky agricultural cargo and passengers. So there are 3 points given. Under this, please write the first blank as answer number D3. The Ganga Brahmaputra river system till passengers. This is answer number D3. D4. Who developed the first programmable computer? Write the answer. Charles Babbage. Charles. Charles Babbage. Babage. Babage. Charles Babbage developed the first programmable computer. And the last answer, please write these answers in complete sentences. I repeat, write these answers in complete sentences, not in one word. Question number D5. Which is the fastest mode of transport? Write the answer. Airways. Airways is the fastest mode of transport. That's it. Parth, you can stop the recording. Parth, please